everyone, and welcome to another episode of CNC Productions, and today we are going to be drawing the Acrocanthosaurus. And this was a large carnivore that lived in North America. But before we do, we're going to learn a little bit about the Acrocanthosaurus. Now, the presence of the fin on this animal originally led scientists to think that it may have been related to the Spinosaurs, and you'll see that in early books whenever it was first discovered, and it was discovered in 1950. However, the fin seems different in construction from that of Spinosaurs, and the rest of the animal is definitely a carnivore. A lot of people even think that this is actually a species of Allosaurus, though most people don't regard it as one. It's also different from Spinosaurus because its fin is shorter. I mean, granted, Suchomimus and Baryonyx had shorter fins, but their fins were slightly different, where Acrocanthosaurus' fin was more of a hump. It also had an Allosaur-shaped head, while Spinosaurus had the long, classic crocodile-like jaw. It also had a much heavier body than any of the Spinosaurs. Footprints found in Texas may have been those of Acrocanthosaurus, and if so, show that it hunted in packs because there are multiple footprints, which would definitely be pretty terrifying because Acrocanthosaurus was almost as large as Tyrannosaurus rex. Imagine an Allosaurus with a low fin down the middle of its back. That's what the Acrocanthosaurus looks like. The fin is supported by spines from the vertebrae 20 inches over the back and progressively lower down the neck and tail. The fin was probably thicker and fleshier than that of the Spinosaurus, as I said before. It was more like a hump. It probably would have been bright and used for identification and signaling. It had 68 thin, sharp, serrated, knife-like teeth that show that it was a hunter. The feet are actually very small and adapted to walking on firm, dry ground. It wouldn't have been a very fast runner, and it probably didn't live in a wet habitat. The hand has 3 grasping fingers. It's been discovered, actually one of the very few giant theropods that have been discovered in the eastern side of the United States, because there have been fossils found in Maryland. Making it one of the very few giant carnivores that have been found in the eastern U.S. People in the eastern U.S. usually don't have very many dinosaurs to their name. It was 26 to 35 feet long, and its only species is Acrocanthosaurus. Alright, now that we learned a little bit about it,
now the skull is a little bit different than that of most other big theropods because it was actually very triangular shaped. There's also a slight notch right there that you'll see in the skull. So, next, the neck. And the body. Of course, the Acro had the 3-fingered hands. Next comes the leg. I'm drawing mine as if it's walking or running. And then the tail, which is pretty simple. Just take it off the paper. Okay, that's your basic outline. And next, you add this. Alright, now the fin is it starts up here. You can draw slightly taller in the middle of the back. And then trail it off towards the tip. Alright. And then you draw what are basically the ridges in his spinal cord, which give it the detail that it needs. A lot of people leave it blank. That doesn't look good. It looks better if you give it detail like this, because if you leave it blank, it doesn't look like it belongs on the dinosaur. Okay, there you go. There's the sail. Next, we begin adding the small detail. The eye. Next you add the fenestrae, which are the small openings in the dinosaur's skull. you can always add smaller spikes there on the front of the head. I'm actually going to shorten the lower jaw a little bit. Alright, I like to add that with small scale. Okay, can continue to add small detail there. Alright, that's all about all the detail that you'll need on the head. Aside, real quick, the ear of the dinosaur. Okay, add the veins, neck muscle. And I say this in all my how to draw videos, is that if you can add detail anywhere, then add it. Because detail makes drawings look really good. Okay. Add the toes and the claws. Alright, and then another vein going along the stomach. Add some more scales, arm muscles, claws on the arms. Separate the fingers, add the others, texture scales, bones and other muscles. Alrighty, and there you go. There's your basic outline for the Acrocanthosaurus. And now we'll go ahead and get to coloring this thing. Alright, and the color scheme that I have chosen today for the Acrocanthosaurus will require the following colors: pink, chestnut or light brown, a medium shade of green, dark brown, red, black, and yellow. Any shade will do. Now the pink, you're not going to need hardly any of, just for the muscle there in the mouth, and that's it. Now the red, you're going to take for the eye, and the fenestrae, you're going to want to draw red, because they probably had blood vessels and stuff in them that made them red. Now the sail is what's going to be brightly colored. You're going to want to take the black, and just kind of draw random streaks of it all across the sail. Alright. And then you're going to take the yellow and then draw random but slightly thicker streaks of yellow across the sail as well. And lastly, the red, you're going to take and go across the rest of the sail with. Not too heavy so that you don't disguise the yellow, just enough. Okay, there you go, there's the sail. Alright, now I'm going to take the black and then draw streaks of it across the back in a sort of electrical, like a lightning kind of pattern. Alright. Next you're going to take the chestnut brown and go across the bottom half of the Acrocanthosaur. Alright, that just goes across the bottom half of the dinosaur, and then you're going to want to take the dark brown and go across the Acro's top back. There we go, that's about all that you have to do for that. It doesn't have to be too thick. And then the rest of it, you go over with the green. And there you have it. That's your finished Acrocanthosaurus atokensis. Now you can color in your Acrocanthosaurus any way that you want to. This is just a suggestion. If you'd like to have your dinosaur drawn by me, then all you gotta do is just leave a suggestion down there in the comments and I will do a video for it. If you guys enjoyed, then leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.